Namini
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya
Devasatanini
Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda Shri
Prabhupada Shri
Advaita Gadadhar
Gadadhara Shri
Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Bhakta
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare
Hare
Shri Gaurangi Mataji, please go ahead and start us into this nectar. That's from 82.
We start from 82.
We left before when Rukmini is going to start glorifying the devotees, and like after hearing Krishna's words, now Rukmini mother is going to speak. Okay, so let's hear from her about the gopis.
Those women gave up everything, their husbands, sons, and all else they had, disregarding their own fortune in this world and the next. Enduring distress, they worshipped the Lord in their own way, enchanting him in the rasa dance and other pastimes.
Sorry, it's Amritanandini Mataji. I was running to get the paper.
Yes.
Is she here today?
We can hope to. Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
We can hope to achieve the Supreme Personality of Godhead only by following many rigorous spiritual practices, and we can meditate upon Him only by strictly training the attention of our hearts. But those gopis cherish such expansional love for Him that they easily attain the success of the most advanced stage of meditation.
So these words are very powerful. So maybe with one reading, it is not enough. Later, when you all get the book, please go into deep diving of this nectar again. Who was next? Was it Archana Mataji? Are you there on the call?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes. Are you there? So please go ahead and read, Mataji.
It is befitting this. Krishna loves them more than us, for we are.
Mataji, we can't hear you. Sorry. Archana Mataji, we can't hear you. Are you reading? Mataji.
Reading, Mataji.
We cannot hear you, Mataji.
Mm-hmm. Can you read it again if it's okay?
Yes, Mataji. Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. It is befitting Krishna loves them more than us, for we are obsessed with our religious duties, social obligations, children, grandchildren.
Mataji, you're cutting in and out, so I'll just finish it up. Grandchildren, homes, household affairs, and so on. We are but his maid servants, worshipping him with reverence like fallen conditioned souls. We married wives should not envy his exceptional love for the gopis. Rather, we should always glorify that love, for it proves how very subservient he becomes to his beloved devotees. So how the bodily restrictions are affecting, like when we associate that this belongs to me, that belongs to me, then we have each a title like a mother, a daughter, sister, all that relationships hinders in directly serving the Lord, ahaituki, apratihata, that point. So they came above that, only gopis came beyond and above that bodily platform and designation. Gayatri Mataji, are you there? Oh, you could read that highlighted if it's still working, if your mic is working, Archana Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. The queens are bound by concerns for various worldly and religious duties, whereas the gopis have no concern for anything but satisfying Krishna.
Yeah, this is the highlight. Thank you, thank you. Gayatri Mataji.
Uddhava said, the other queens all agreed. Only Satyabhama, Satrajiti, unable to tolerate those words, entered her chamber of anger.
So this is also a spicing part of the play. So please take it in that way. Anita Mataji.
Shri Parikshit said, "The blessed Lord of the life of the gopis then ordered angrily, 'Bring here at once that daughter of the foolish king.'"
Richa Mataji.
Satyabhama, most expert in the arts of amorous love, was always ready to skillfully serve her husband in the mood of jealous pride, knowing him also to be fully conversant with the skills of love and eager to enjoy with the cowherd women.
Jai. Vandana Mataji. Vandana Mataji, could you read next?
Yes. Upon hearing this order, maid servants, the intelligent Satyabhama got up, bathed, and quickly came before Krishna. Satyabhama is Sri Krishna, very dear wife, and would never act in such a way as to disturb his mind. She makes a show of petulance because she knows what gives Krishna pleasure. Being at heart a great romantic, he enjoys affectionate quarrels with his beloved queens. Calming the anger of his wife is one of his favorite diversions.
See, this explains it very nicely. She does it just to give Krishna pleasure. So that is the point. So Vasantrasa Mataji, some more Mataji, Vandana Mataji.
Oh. But why does Krishna take pleasure in the ignoble sport of struggling to subdue the pride of quarrelism women? Because he is the topmost connoisseur of conjugal reciprocations. So these dealings give him unequaled joy.
More explanation.
I know.
Vasantrasa Mataji. Are you there today? I'm not sure. I couldn't check the list. Sorry. Okay, if she's not there, then Neeru Mataji, please go ahead.
She hid herself behind a pillar and stood there, filled with shame and fear. Krishna noticed her and, still angry, spoke to her in a clear voice.
In a clear voice. That's very nice. Mataji?
Did you call me, Mataji?
Would you like to read? Are you able to?
Yeah. The Supreme Lord said, "O weak-minded Satrajiti, just as you grew angry when Rukmini obtained special favors like the Parijata flower, now you are angry at our intense love for the people of Vraja. Silly woman, don't you know that I am ruled by their desires?"
Silly woman, so sweet. Radhika Gopika Mataji.
If the people of Raja thought it good that I renounce everything, I promise you that in a moment I would do just that. If we are to take these words seriously, Krishna would not hesitate to abandon his wives, his children, and everyone else in Dwarka if that would make the Vrajavasis happy. But we should also take into account that a solemn vow is usually made only before someone in whom one has firm trust, and his means that Satyabhama also is very dear to Krishna.
So sweet, so sweet. So here he can open up his heart only when he has trust on somebody, right? So he's even ready to give her up because he has the trust that she will understand him. So this is the sweetness of Satyabhama and Krishna's relationship. Jai. Gayatri Priya Mataji, are you there today?
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, please go ahead.
The price offered by the Venerable Brahma was not spoken in vain. I can never fully repay these devotees, and so I am utterly indebted to them.
Hare Krishna. Sirisha Mataji, would you like to read next?
Just by seeing me, they become so dazed and bewildered by ecstasies
But
from
even
deep within that they
just
fail
one
to
before
recognize.
that. Sirisha Mataji, just one before that. Sorry.
Yes, Mataji.
But even if for their pleasure I were to return to live with them, I don't see how that would help.
So from
Just
now
by
on,
seeing me, they become so dazed and bewildered by ecstasies from deep within that they fail to recognize their own bodies and everything that has to do with their bodies. What to speak of the rest of the world? Mataji, commentary also?
no need, Mataji. I'll just speak up since it's a long one. It's mainly said that we all are attached to our bodies. Finally, we are so attached, then only the relation to the bodies comes next. But these people cannot even recognize their own bodies. They were, can you remember during when Krishna played that flute, they put the top on the bottom, bottom on the top. They dressed like very clumsily because they were not even aware of their own body. They were just pulled towards Krishna. So what to speak of them remembering that they had children, they were married, they had husbands, then rules and regulations, nothing. So they can't remember their own bodies. That's their love and attraction and surrender to Krishna. So this is the highlight of this verse. Shubha Mataji, are you able to read?
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So their pain won't be relieved even if they see me. Their hearts will be so disturbed by thoughts of separation from me that whatever measures I take for their happiness will only double their grief.
So Krishna is saying this very clearly. Yes. So Seema Mataji, are you there to read? So what it means that it will double that pain of grief is explained so much in detail actually, because this is also one of those important verses. But again, Krishna will further explain that. Seema Mataji, you could
Yes,
go.
Mataji, Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji. So
And when
they cannot see me, they become so torn that the fire of separation leaves them sometimes as though dead and sometimes as though insane. Thus they partake of the nectar of wonderful ecstasies.
Mayuri Mataji, would you like to read next?
Yes, Mataji, thank you. If they see a patch of darkness resembling my complexion, they embrace and kiss it, mistaking it for me. What more can I describe?
Wow. Is there anyone I did not call upon? I would like to read. Is anyone on?
Mataji, I can read today.
Who is this? Fire. Yes, Fire. Go ahead.
Yeah. Therefore, my staying with them would be equal to my absence. Realizing this, I have not returned there. Now hear the real reason I married you.
Now Krishna is giving another reason why he left them and married these people. So moving forward, is anyone else who did not read? Okay. My dear proud lady, when living in Mathurapuri without the gopis, I at first hand no desire to marry. So then what happened? Shigaurangi Mataji, please go ahead.
But from the mouth of a Brahmana, I heard Rukmini's letter, which told of her distress and her intention to commit suicide if she could not obtain me.
Hey Krishna. So these verses like the Shrutwan, Ganan, Bhavana Sundara, that's very, very sweet verses that Rukmini Devi writes, that she will give up her life or she will wait hundreds and thousands of years, whatever it takes to marry Krishna, but no one else. So she's determined. So all those letters that she has written melts Krishna's heart here. Yeah. Amritanandini Mataji.
So I destroy the pride of host of weak kings in battle, took her hand and carried her off as all the kings watch.
Thank you. Archana Mataji. Archana Mataji, is the sound okay? Are you able to read the connection and the... Archana Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, sorry. Can you hear me, Mataji?
I can hear, yeah, please go ahead.
But the sight of Rukmini made me think back on the gopis all the more. And the sorrow and distress this caused me made me very much disturbed.
This also says like how Rukmini's beauty resembled theirs and rekindling within him the fire of Viraha Bhava. Hare Krishna. Gayatri Mataji, please go ahead.
Some 16,100 gopis had with vows worshipped Katyayani to obtain me, to bring my mind somewhat to peace by seeing a likeness of them. I married the same number of you queens here in Dwaraka.
Mm. So there are so many gopis there who were worshipping Krishna with that love.
Ah, willful woman, please understand. All that I relished in Braj gave me the highest pleasure. And though the glory of those times has now abandoned me, it still resides in that most worthy place.
So here we have to understand how Krishna is saying that Vrindavan Vraja gave him the highest pleasure. The Supreme Lord is saying this. So we have to know that that is that greatness of that land of Vraja and the Vrajavasis. That nothing else is giving him that pleasure. I'm sorry, I skipped. Yes, Richa Mataji, please go ahead.
Mataji, Vraj and Vrindavan are the same place or different?
Same, yeah. Vrajadham is like Vrindavan is one of the forest of the big Vrajamandala. Vrajamandala is like the big place, like there are so many forests, and one of the forests is Vrindavan.
Oh, thank you, Mataji. When submerged in the waves of that ocean of ecstasy, enjoying the ever fresh charming pastimes of Raj, I was so attracted to each of the all-enchanting residents that I never noticed the passings of the nights and days.
This also shows the Krishna is saying, like, see, when we will not know the time is passing, when we are just happy beyond our, like, this work is there, that work is there, then we also see the time is ticking. But when there is just ecstasy and happiness, so the time doesn't bother. So Krishna himself forgot time. So that was the happiness Vrajamandala and the devotees were giving to him. Vandana Mataji, please go ahead.
As the simple delight of my childhood sport, I killed various eminent demons. I quickly subdued the evil Kalia and sent him into exile. And in my left hand, I held Govardhan Hill.
Mataji?
I was so absorbed in that ocean of contentment that having to talk to such demigods as Brahma and watch them offer me prayers and homage seemed a painful disturbance. I forgot the work I had to do for the demigods.
He forgot about all these works. So that says how happy he was. That's the point Krishna is trying to make.
Okay. Yeah. My turn, right, Mataji?
Yes.
Sorry, 1 minute.
Mataji, sorry to interrupt. I was just thinking the verse that you just read, this verse actually points to the fact that the Lord comes as a duty, right? The first thing, the Lord comes as a duty to deliver. Yes. But since he is the Rasaraj, he also wants to enjoy. And this verse shows that his enjoyment also preceded his duty, right?
Yes.
Because that was the love and devotion that the gopis gave to Krishna.
Exactly. This is the point he's trying to make, why they are so special, that nobody is asking him to do any work. They just wanted Krishna to be happy in all situations. That's all they wanted. So when we ask Krishna to take care of our desires, like that's how the Acharya say that you don't have to pray anything because he will take care eventually anyway. That's what gopis are trying to show, Mataji. The highest surrender is to love him unconditionally, without expecting anything in return.
Yes. Yeah. My beautiful form, my dress, and the nectarian sound of my flute, never heard before, enchanted the whole universe with overwhelming love of God. So what to speak of how these affected the residents of Vraja?
Like all that attracts the whole world, but these Vrajavasis got attracted even beyond that. That is what he's going to explain further. Radhika Gopika Mataji.
Brahma, Rudra, Indra, Chandra, the Siddhas, and other demigods moving in the sky were overcome by changes aroused in them by the current of ecstatic love. So too were the cows, bulls, calves, and wild beasts. the trees, birds, bushes, creepers, and grass. The rivers were overcome, and the clouds and all other beings, both moving and non moving, alive and inert. Each of them underwent a transformation by which their own nature changed into a nature just the opposite.
So this is another highlight that everybody forgot what they are. The moving started moving, non-moving, like the river that flows stopped flowing. The stone that is supposed to be a stone started melting. So everybody forgot their nature when they heard Krishna's flute being blowed. So this is what Rajadham is.
You can ask Kalindi whether or not this is true. She witnessed the blissful pastimes freely enjoyed by the people of Raja.
So Kalindi is none other than Yamuna.
Yeah.
So he's saying now you ask her, she knows what it means. Sirisha Mataji.
But I cannot arouse the same emotions now in my relatives, the Yadavas, either with joking or with entertaining pastimes.
So Krishna is saying, I am trying hard, but nothing is coming into Yadavas like that, all those feelings or emotions. Hey Krishna. Seema Mataji.
I'll read Mataji. Here in Dwarka, I have found it difficult to break the jealous pride of queens like you. Embarrassed, I have therefore put aside my dear flute.
Here Krishna is saying how nicely that he has not played his flute outside Vrindavan. How important it is for us to understand this. That is the only place in Raja where he plays his flute. What else can we say more than that for Rajadam? Hey Krishna. Mayuri Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Alas, what I did and how I lived in Braja seem here so far away that with you I cannot even speak of those things.
You people won't even understand what I'm trying to say. That's what Krishna is trying to say. And if queens of Dwaraka cannot understand what to speak of ourselves, that's how we are not able to understand. So don't worry. Payal Mataji.
Just one person, almost as dear to me as the devotees of Raja, will be able to describe those topics. Sukadev, the son of Bhadrayana Vyasa. By the power of his great love and mode, I need to move it. Love in the mood of the Vrajvasis, he will speak something of those matters to his excellent disciples, who resembles him in spiritual qualities and whom I once brought back to life.
So this is the evidence that why Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya is emphasized again and again, because Lord Shri Krishna, Gopijana Vallabha, that only Swami can speak anything about this great pastime of mine, and he has spoken this to Parikshit Maharaj, whom Krishna brought back to life from the womb, right, when the Brahmastra came. So Lord Krishna is saying, so only those who read Srimad Bhagavatam, they are getting that nectar, because Shukadev Goswami is able to connect us to this Supreme Lord who cannot be understood by any means. So this is the word of Lord Shri Krishna. Jai. Sri Parikshit said, as the Supreme Lord continued ardently praising the splendor of the good fortune of Raja, the expert counselor Uddhava grew anxious, for the special ecstasies of Raja might again draw the Lord into a trance. With a gesture, therefore, he prompted the ladies to do something. See, this is exactly how Uddhava knows, like he just knows what's going to happen next. So already the Lord went into trance and things, all this happened. He cried and rolled and what all they had to do to bring him back. So now again, he's speaking more about Raja, means we don't know what will happen next. So he's signaling the queens, do something, just change the mood, change the topic. So this is sweet. Has anyone not read so far? Anybody joined? If not, Sri Gaurangi Mataji, please go ahead.
Satyabhama, Rukmini, and the other queens at once surrounded their husband, touching his feet with their heads. By offering prayers with plaintive voices, wet with sobs, they gradually calmed him down.
Uddhava also urged Devki and Rohini too come in quickly with the food and drink for Krishna's meal.
Yes. Gayatri Mataji. Oh, sorry, Archana Mataji, I'm sorry.
Uh, sorry.
Can't hear you, Mataji, sorry.
The expert Uddhava, no, this is not. Come in quickly. Mataji, I think this is
The
on.
expert Uddhava, you are right.
The expert Uddhava had Baladeva come in after finishing his bath. Uddhava then informed Lord Krishna that Narada was standing in the doorway.
This is very significant, so let's see forward.
Krishna is the all-knowing seer of everyone's heart. But he asked with a smile, why is he being kept standing there? Why doesn't he come in as usual?
Why just he doesn't come in as usual? So why? Because we all know Narada is feeling very guilty that all this problem is caused by him. Because of him, Lord had to cry and go through all this. So he's feeling very guilty. That's how he's standing and he's not coming inside.
Uddhava smiled and answered, My lord, because he is afraid and embarrassed. Then the Lord, who always favors the Brahmanas, himself brought Narada inside and spoke to him.
Can you all feel like get this in your like how this is happening? Krishna is walking to the door and personally bringing Narada inside. How sweet this is, right? Jai.
It is my turn, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
The Supreme Lord said, Narada, my dearest friend, you are always eager to please me, and you are the best of those who relish transcendental emotions. You have now done me a great favor.
See how the first word that comes out of the Lord's mouth is to say that you have done me a great favor. So by saying this, he relieving all that embarrassment, that guilt of Narada, what he's feeling. This is the Lord that we are loving and whom we want to serve. He knows what will exactly please us and what is the right word to say at the right time. So just too sweet.
It is true that when one is parted from those one loves, pure love makes one suffer within, as it as it from a blazing forest fire. The burning pain creates a remorse that further deepens into irrepressible sorrow. Thus, one at first seems wretched.
So he's explaining, like since those emotions came back, that did affect me. Yes. Neeru Mataji.
But this anguish of separation is praised as greater than the happiness of enjoying with those one loves. Separation is so pleasing to the mind that it cannot be described. It always transforms at last into an abundance of pleasure. Only experts in tasting these moods can understand how this happens.
So only experts in tasting these moods can understand how this happens. So that says that we cannot understand. And in the commentary, a very beautiful commentary, many examples are given, like in this world, always there is happiness followed by sadness, sadness followed by happiness. So no states remain for a long time. So that's why we are always thinking, how come they are crying, and staying crying like that? So we are not able to understand that viraha bhava of the gopis, because we are thinking after that something else should happen. So Krishna is saying that only experts in tasting these moods can understand how this happens, and separation is so pleasing to the mind that it cannot be described. So if we don't understand, don't worry, because we don't know what it means to be happy in that state of being miserable. And one more example here in the commentary, it said that if you place the ice on somebody's hand or in the part of the body for a long time, actually ice is cooling, but we feel burning sensation. But that is not the real case. Like fire only burns, ice nature is not to burn. So like that, it can change, right? Like that feeling of what it is not what it is. That is what the commentary says. So like that, the feeling of viraha seems painful, but it is not painful for those who are undergoing it. They are getting higher pleasure. That is the example, the closest example we can understand in this material world of feeling the ice as fire.
Amazing, Mataji.
That's what I'm saying. These commentaries are just, I could not keep the book down, Mataji, seriously. Who was next? Now I lost turn. So please try to remember your turns. Priya Madhvi Mataji, are you the next?
Yes. Okay, Mataji. I'll read. I don't know who read before. I didn't pay attention. I'm sorry.
No, after Neeru Mataji, you only Mataji.
Okay. After
Yeah,
the
I
pain.
read.
You read Mataji? Okay.
Yes, Mataji, I just read last one.
After the pain of despair is relieved, one's heart feels fully satisfied, delighting constantly as one enjoys the great pleasure of meeting with one's beloved.
One may want to feel that separation again, and may indeed feel distressed if one cannot. Thus, a person who can remind one of a beloved not present is considered the most sincere and helpful friend.
So now Lord Krishna is saying, thus a person who can remind one of a beloved not present in front. Like Narada Muni, what he did, he helped Krishna remember the gopis. So he's saying, you are most sincere and helpful friend. Like he's bringing him out of his guilt completely. This is so sweet. And he's truly praising him from his bottom of his hearts. Jai.
And bringing him out so well, Mataji.
Yeah. This
like getting the guilt out and making the person feel you did something great.
Yeah, that is more higher, right? Like just not out, but you really made something great. Exactly. Hare Krishna. Gayatri Priya Mataji.
Yes. Which one, Mataji? Please understand. Please understand when someone somehow made mindful of those one loves, one is given back one's life, forgetting those more dear than one's own breath is more painful than dying.
Sirisha Mataji.
Those dear as life one can never forget, but when reminded of them in a special way, one feels happy, like one who has lived a life of good fortune.
So just remembering them is so happy for the ones in separation. So Krishna is saying that. Seema Mataji.
So, yes, Nidhi. So today you have favored me greatly, and therefore I am delighted with you. Please choose whatever benedictions you would like.
What can you say? Now Krishna is saying, as for benedictions on top of it. So this is the highlight. Now Narad Muni is going to ask special benedictions from the Lord. So let's hear. Mayuri Mataji.
Sri Parikshit said, the sage began singing Krishna's glories. Playing on his veena and shouting Jaya, Jaya, he praised Lord Krishna, the giver of benedictions, with songs filled with names arising from his pastimes in Vraja.
Jai. Very wonderful. So anybody who is asking, like when they are standing in front of Krishna, he's more happy to sing. See, the most pleasing to Krishna was Narada's ecstatic recitation of names Krishna had acquired in Vraja, like Gokula, Mahotsava, Yashoda Nandan, Nanda Kumara, Gopa Gopi Jana Priya, Gopi Gana Manohara, and Putana Mochana. So that's how when we sing the Lord's names associated with Vraja, the Lord becomes ecstatic and he's very pleased. And Narada Muni knew this, and before asking the boon, he's singing the glories of the Lord first to make him more happier. Jai. Payal Mataji, please go ahead.
Me, Mataji, I read
Oh, sorry,
one.
did I skip anyone? Whoever was next, please read.
I can read, Mataji.
Oh, sorry, Shubha Mataji, please go ahead.
From Dashwamedha Tirtha in Prayaga to Dwaraka, Narada had wandered, and he had spoken with devotees, the Brahman at Prayaga and all the others, who by the Lord's divine grace had each achieved perfection. Feeling great pleasure, Narada, the king of sages, now wanted to hear of this perfection directly from Lord Krishna's own mouth. Dear Mother, Lord Krishna is the all-attractive lion among generous benefactors. Now, therefore, Narada begged from him the first blessing he wished to receive. Hare Krishna.
What a wonderful verse, Jai. He's the lion among generous benefactors. Who was there next? Seema Mataji, Mayuri, or Poya Mataji? I don't know who is in which order. So please.
I think I was the one. So Narada said, Shri Krishna Chandra, please grant that no one will ever feel he has enough of your mercy, your devotional service, or pure love for you, the reservoir of ecstasy.
This is the first boon he's asking. How nice, right? No one will ever feel he has enough of your mercy. So grant that. This is so sweet that he's saying your love for you should never stop. Like they should ask for more and more and more. This is so sweet. Jai. Was there anyone who did not read who would like to read? I'm sorry for skipping and forgetting the turns and names. The Supreme Lord said, O preceptor of all clever scholars, what kind of benediction is this? My mercy, my devotional service, and ecstatic love for me all have this nature. That should be simply obvious. He's saying that you already know whoever does any worship to me, they're just bound. They never feel enough is enough. They just want more and more. This is already there, he's saying. Yeah. What's next? Yes, Sri Gauraki Mataji, please go ahead.
O sage, each of the devotees you saw and heard about in your wanderings here and there, here and there from Prayag Tirth to Dwarka is perfect in all respects. Each of them can deliver the entire world, and each has truly received my mercy. There exist between them only degrees of perfection. Degrees of perfection. Wow.
Degrees of perfection. Like each and every one, each has truly received my mercy. In his own words, he's saying, right? And this is what we saw from that Brahmana to here the gopis. They never gave up what they were doing. And they only said that there is somebody more higher, but they never felt like as if they did not get the mercy of the Lord. That is the sweetness. Jai.
Yet none of these devotees is ever satiated. Please therefore ask for me some other, more satisfying benedictions.
He's saying anyway that benediction already has, so ask something more. Jai.
Sri Parikshit said, Narada danced in sheer joy, and like a mendicant asking alms, he begged from Krishna two excellent boons. Speaking to the Lord, the crest jewel of charitable persons, this is what Narada said.
Yeah, Krishna, he's so excited. Gayatri Mataji.
Sri Narada said, O Lord, never satisfied with your own charity, I have now achieved my goal. My labors have borne fruit, for I now understand in a practical way who the objects of your greatest mercy are.
Jai.
This is the only benediction I need obtain. And for me, it is the greatest mercy. But still, O King, among those who give charity, I have one long cherished desire.
Anita Mataji, I think you did not read. You want to read?
Yes, Mataji, I got disconnected. O swan, gliding in the lakes of the Vrajvasi's love, I wish that I may wander everywhere, always chanting, drinking the nectar of your names. Those most sweet names arises from the ocean of Gokula and spread the glories of your infinitely varied dress and ways of acting. As I wander, behaving like a madman, may I distribute joy to everyone in all the worlds.
This is also already Narad Muni is doing. So he's just saying that I would like to continue distributing the love of Krishna Prema all over wherever I go. That's Vandana Mataji.
Whether my speaking, thinking, hearing, or physical contact, if any person in this work comes in touch even once with these pastimes of yours and is convinced of their importance, may he be endowed eternally with the power to worship your feet in pure love, feet resplendent with the saffron dust from the picture-like breast of the blessed gopis.
This is so nice.
Like anybody who hears, who just has some faith, let them have that love for your gopis. Yes, the blessed gopis. Jai. So, Gopir Pada, what is that, Mataji? Pada Kamala.
Gopa Gopir Pad Kamalam da, uh,
Dasanu.
Das Anuda.
Yes. So, all this is summarized by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and has given us like just do this and that's all you got to do. Don't think anything else.
Mataji, if you don't mind, read that paragraph one more time. It's so nice to hear.
Whether by speaking, thinking, hearing, or physical contact, if any person in this world comes in touch even once with these pastime of yours and is convinced of their importance, may he be endowed eternally with the power to worship your feet in pure love, feet resplendent with the saffron dust from the pitcher-like breasts of the blessed gopis. Jai.
Thank you, Mataji. Amazing.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Neeru Mataji, please. Neeru Mataji, are you there?
Yes, Mataji. Shri Parikshit said, Lord Gopinath then extended his divine lotus hand and, with great respect for Narada, blissfully said, So be it.
So be it. How that's what we all need. So just that by reading, hopefully we get some Krishna prema. Yes, Prema Mataji.
The sage was suddenly plunged into a vast ocean of supreme bliss. He sang and danced in various ways, thus delighting Lord Krishna.
He is totally only an ecstatic devotee by the unique power of prema bhakti can give pleasure to Lord Krishna. Krishna is full in his own ecstasy. So an ordinary person, anxious and miserable as he is, can never presume to do anything that can please the Lord. So how high Narad Muni is, that he is already in that unique prema bhakti he has, that he can give pleasure to the Lord. Jai.
Narad then partook of excellent food and drink with the two lords, as Devki and Rohini supervised and Rukmini served.
Correct. Gayatri Priya Mataji.
Yes. Uddhava suggested to Narada what was best to eat. Satyabhama fanned him, and the other queens pleased him with various kinds of service.
Can you all see this happening? How Uddhav is saying, eat this, eat that gulab jamun, that is nice, eat this malpua, that is wonderful. So that's how the exchange is happening at the now at dinner or lunch table, I don't know.
After the sage finished eating and washed his mouth, Lord Krishna worshipped him, anointing him with fragrant oils and adorning him with flower garlands and varied ornaments.
This would have made Narada more uncomfortable than anything else. Krishna.
Narada then took leave of Madhava, Lord Krishna, and went to Prayag, thinking, Let me bestow perfection on the sages who have waited so long for me to return.
So he started the journey from Prayag, where all the sages are there. So he's going to go back and tell them all this, what he went through, and share this with them. This is the love of a devotee. A devotee means who gets to know about Krishna, right? He can't keep that happiness within himself. He goes like madman, like Narad Muni, like how Srila Prabhupada came, not feeling pain for his distress. He wants to distribute that love. That love cannot be contained within them. So this is exactly what Narad Muni is doing, and Srila Prabhupada and all our gurus and the teachers following in Narad Muni's footsteps, they continue sharing this mercy of our divine Gopi Jana Vallabha. Yes.
Thus Narada started on his journey to Prayag, intoxicated with eagerness of pure devotion. Wherever he passed, he vibrated his veena and blissfully sang the glories of the Krishna Bhakti he had seen with his own eyes.
Jai. Shubha Mataji, would you like to read?
Yes, Mataji. When the sages at Prayaga heard the whole wonderful account from the mouth of Narada, they once and for all gave up all interest in everything other than Krishna's service, for they were able to grasp the essence of what is of value. Hare Krishna.
So, what is the real value they are getting after hearing from him?
Entering a mood of great and single minded humility, they began worshipping the lotus feet of Shriman Madan Gopala according to Narada's instructions.
Jai. Has anyone joined that did not read and would like to read? I'm sorry, I'm not watching up the participants list. Please jump in, join in. I'm sorry. Yeah. Dear mother, you as well should always worship this young cowherd boy. So this is what Parikshit Maharaj is now telling the final words to his mother, Uttara. That yields the nectar of the rasa dance, in which divine gopis fully surround him. Entranced by pure love, you should cherish the desire to be a servant of these gopis. You should constantly worship him in pure love as they did, and you should dedicate yourself to the Sankirtana of his names. Sankirtana
Das.
of
Now,
his
again, the point of Das and Udas, right?
and how he says the Sankirtana of his names. That is what Mahaprabhu gave. The final thing is not just reading about the Lord, but to sing his glories and the holy names is highest form of devotional worship. So highlighting that part. Yes.
I cannot describe with my own words even one of the glories of the gopis, any more than a mosquito can swallow Mount Meru.
Right. Could you read this, Mataji? I forgot to, like how it says about the holy name. Yeah.
Yeah. As Parikshit here points out, the principal method for becoming a servant of the gopis of Vrindavan is Krishna Nam Sankirtan, immersing oneself in hearing and chanting the names of the divine cowherd boy of Vraja, especially the name Krishna. This is the best means to practice worshipping him in pure love, and it is the symptom of one who has achieved the treasure of prema.
So when our Srila Prabhupada explains when we go back to Godhead, he said, what you will do? He said, we will continue happily singing the Mahamantra. So that we cannot understand because our love has not awakened for the chanting of the holy name. So what we are doing is the highest. When we get Prema Bhakti, we will do. But now we are supposed to practice and develop. So let us continue and remember these points when we chant. It will be really very nice.
Oh, but my spiritual master is fully absorbed in the living mood of Krishna. He can constantly glorify Krishna's name and those of Rukmini and Krishna's other beloved devotees.
Jai. Like he's saying that my spiritual master is fully absorbed in the loving mood. So he's saying about Shukadeva Goswami. He can continuously glorify Krishna's names and his devotees. So that is the position of Shukadeva Goswami. So, yeah.
Parikshit Maharaj is talking, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who was next? Archana Mataji, please go ahead.
Yes, Mataji. The gopis were consumed by the expansive flames of the wondrous blazing fire of love for Krishna. If my guru chants the names of these gopis and recalls a gopi's distinguishing qualities, he too is touched by sparks shooting forth from the flames of this intense fire, and he at once becomes greatly agitated. Therefore, he has to avoid pronouncing the gopis' names.
Jai. So that says that how the gopis' names was not taking because he will go into ecstasy, how Shukadeva Goswami will go into ecstasy. And even Krishna, it is explained in the commentaries, he never mentioned any gopis. He kept saying about river, trees, and all that. And he generally said Vrajavasis, he dared not say any name of the gopi and especially Srimati Radharani. He can bear that. So, and he was not still feeling, kind of able to open up his heart completely to the Dwarkavasis. So that's how intimate the topics of gopis and Srimati Radharani is. So if we don't have to talk it loosely and openly in open discussions about these topics are very gupta. So again, here it goes about the gopis meditations and the gopis. Yeah.
You follow my advice and with pure love take shelter of the gopis and their master, Lord Sri Krishna. Then, O mother, I promise that by Krishna's mercy, you will be able to understand something of the gopis' greatness.
Jai. We are here at the last verse. Yes.
With the help of this most excellent narration about the Supreme Lord, which shows who has received the essence of the Lord's mercy, one can understand him for certain. Anyone who for any reason takes shelter with faith of this narration will quickly attain love for Lord Sri Krishna.
Thank you so much. Jai. This ends our reading of Brihad Bhagavatamrita. And there are few points that I would love to share. So sorry to